What's up, everyone? My name is Alex with North Outdoors. Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to break down my top 5 ice fishing lures for perch. So let's get right into it. Remember, if you like this kind of content, remember to subscribe. We really appreciate everyone sticking around for this journey, but let's get into it. So number 5 is a rip and wrap. Now, I have a Rapala rip and wrap, a couple different sizes, and I know what you might think, like, isn't that a little big for perch? It's not. The rip and wrap really does calm in, and the thing about ice fishing is sometimes you just need to be a little different. Sometimes you need to make some noise, be loud, be flashy, and the rip and wrap does a good job of that. And that's why it comes in at number 5. So we're going to cut to a clip of us catching one on the rip and wrap. Okay. All right. Oh my. Gavin's got the last one. Gavin's got the last one. Woohoo! What? The rip and wrap! What is this guy doing? Yep. All right.
Not over the hole.
That's crazy, Gavin. Well, guys, that's how we end it. 50th fish right there. Gavin.
Only 30 more to go.
Okay, number 4 on my perch ice fishing list is a little underutilized in my opinion in the ice fishing world. It is a drop shot. So I like to use a 1/4 ounce drop shot weights because with ice fishing, you're not too worried about, the current as much. So you don't need to go too heavy. And then I just use number 2 size drop shot hooks. And, there is some people that drop shot onto the ice, but it works really well. And I really do consider that in my top 5. So I'll show you a clip of us catching a perch on the drop shot setup.
Tech Lansing. No,
So Gus has got the drop shot.
So, after I just broke down the minnow bite, I caught one. Because that's the new bite.
Not yet.
Alright, it's in the deucer. Boom, it's here. It's arrived.
Can we catch a walleye?
It's pretty good. Not our best, but definitely that's why we come to North Dakota Devil's Lake.
Wow.
Now this is elite tech.
Okay.
It's hidden tech.
What,
I got sick of
what'd you get sick of, Gavin?
the flog weight.
Oh, we're on.
I hope he's still on.
Wow. Holy cow.
Boom! On the drop shot.
That's a big perch. Okay, coming to number 3. Kind of along the lines of making some noise, I feel like with perch fishing, I've been most successful with 2 lines in the water. One line being like a rattling something, and another line being subtle. So on the lines of rattling, I like these clam rattle spoons. They actually come in a 3-pack. 1, 2, and the third one, my all-time favorite, is this pink and gold one on the back. They actually glow, so glow and rattle. What more could you ask for? With these, they're a little smaller of a profile, so, some of those big perch, in North Dakota, northern Minnesota, they get big and they can easily handle this clam spoon. So tip it with a minnow head or some waxies or European maggots. No brainer, number 3. I'll show you one getting caught on the clam spoon. All right, guys. Again, 1-2 punch, but this time, whatever this is, hit the rattling spoon with a little minnow head on the tip, and it's fighting pretty good. This is a heavier setup over here, so if this was on my ultralight and the rod was doing this, probably a 10-inch perch.
What's that?
White bass.
That's a stud.
Stud white bass. Oh yeah. Wow. Got the assist from Gavin. Boom.
It's in your other line. So.
It's in my other line, and that's alright. But I'll show you guys what it hit. That little pink and gold rattling spoon. There was a minnow head on it, but not anymore. And that's good eating white bass. Okay, here we go. Jig and a minnow. So sometimes just a taper jig. This one actually has a rattle in it. And then, you can vary your size jigs. and just put a little crappie minnow on the back of that. And those bigger perch, again, not a problem. Just annihilating this whole bait. We caught a ton of them this winter on this jig and minnow setup. So number 2, we'll show you clips of us catching those.
Gus, where's your hook set?
Mine was good.
Come on. I have braid. I don't need to set the hook. We're on. Feels decent. Oh, it's a perch.
That's a pretty good perch.
That right there. That's why we come to North Dakota.
Devin, is that why you came to North Dakota?
This is not why Gavin came to North Dakota. This is why Gus and I camp. Yup. Guys, I don't know if you can tell, but we're another 20 seconds into this non-copyrighted song. And I'm hooked up again, baby. And it's a perch. About the same size. Seems like most of the ones in the school are, you know, maybe 11 inches. Not monsters, but decent fish. Good eaters. It's the 3rd fish this minnow has caught. I think it's at the end of the line.
Wow. It's toast.
And then last but certainly not least, my number 1 all-time favorite perch baits are tungsten jigs. I like the gold one a lot, but last winter I found myself actually with this Fire Tiger yellow pink one. It's a little bit bigger, and I'm trying to focus in on it. I had a lot of success on this. Another thing that I think is a little bit underrated with the tungsten jigs is everyone kind of does migrate to this style of the tungsten jigs, and they work great. They catch a lot of perch. But something that I think is slept on a little bit is just the vertical jig. So I do have one. Again, something I think is a little slept on is the vertical jig. It just sits a little bit differently compared to this. And if you don't have nice ice line, you could be swaying like this around, whereas the vertical jig is a tighter circle. Again, if you don't have ice line that's super nice, you have a tungsten jig that has a larger radius of swivel, whereas the vertical jig is pretty tight.
Oh, he's not. That hook set is crazy.
With this ultralight, guys, the hook set is pretty gnarly. I mean, being down 44 feet and this light of line with this line of rod, it's pretty tough. But the sensitivity is unmatched. So that's what makes it fun. I'll show you guys the little jig that he's eating. Look at that, right in the top of its mouth.
So those are my top 5 ice fishing lures that I'll be looking to use here this next season. If you like more lure advice, or if you want me to break down the gear I use for targeting these perch, comment down below, and remember to subscribe for that sort of content. We'll come out with a bunch of ice fishing videos here coming up. Remember, folks, no one owns the water. We'll catch you on the next adventure.
Fishing a puppet for 6-inch perch.
Who makes the puppet, RJ?
Northland Tackle. The rattling puppet minnow, link in the description box down below. Get yours today. It's the best bait here, Lake of the Woods, catching walleye. Can't beat it. Open water, closed water.
Did you catch a perch?
Yep, got a perch. Catches jumbo perch. Some have called it the most realistic bait in fishing. Sponsor me, Northland Tackle.